What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting the grand finals of the Balt Cup 2. Alongside, I have Kasket. Kasket, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you today, Mike?
I'm doing fantastic. I have already casted actually both of these teams already. I don't know if you have had the pleasure of doing so.
I did cast the last game with GZ and I think it's Hontresh.
Right.
And I think you were casting that one as well, so.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll be seeing SFB, as we will very PG call them, versus GZ in the grand finals, and SFB gonna pick up the Naga Siren, which is, I would say, not surprising considering their name. Gonna go with the Bat Rider as well after the Abaddon, as well as the Visage pick. We're Game Zone opening up with the Rubik again. What do you think about picking up a Rubik this early? I made a big point of it in the last game I casted where they picked it up in the first round.
I sometimes don't like it because it kind of limits you in what you can do for your other supports, but I don't know, it kind of shows your hand early. I guess in this case where the Naga Siren and Bat Rider are already picked up, I guess it is a good okay pickup because they're able to steal a bunch of spells. The Rubik will be able to offset that, so.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt the same way. Like, there's no reason to pick up a Rubik first when you could pick it 4th or 5th. Like, Rubik is not really a huge high-tier support like, you know, the Nyx and the Visage who have already been picked up. But, you know, what's done is done. Puck is probably going to be going up against a Bat Rider, so probably not going to be the most fun for the Puck.
Yeah, I'd have to say the Bat Rider's probably favored in that one.
The bands continue to fly out. Nyx Assassin as well as the Weaver, so this SFB definitely don't want to play against any of these annoying support heroes. Abaddon, Visage, and Nyx Assassin, all three support heroes kind of force you to play in kind of a different fashion than other supports that are more sticking to the lane, like especially Abaddon.
Yeah, definitely. The Abaddon pickup, or the Abaddon ban is great, seeing how they picked up the Bat Rider, because now the Abaddon can't just be like, oh, I'm going to use my spell and cancel your ult. So, I mean, that lasso is such an important thing to get off, and the Abaddon's just like, oh, I'll just cancel that, so.
And there you go, speaking of canceling lassos.
Yeah.
The Vengeful Spirit ban.
So now they can't just swap them out either. So, I mean, they're playing heavily on this Bat Rider, hoping to get a lot of ganks off and turning the fights into 4v5s.
And even if that doesn't work out, there's always the Song of the Siren bailout, which I don't think... Well, Game Zone with the with the Naga Siren pickup already, they're definitely not going to go for someone like a Lifestealer. Last time they went, I watched SFB play, they did the same exact thing, and the other team went for a Gyrocopter, which probably would be their best choice for GZ.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably one of the better choices. The Lifestealer with Rage, and then if they initiate with the Naga Siren and he rages, they just basically demolish the Lifestealer because it's 1v5, so it'd be better to have something that, you know, it doesn't get caught out a lot.
Yeah. Not much to go off of right now at this point, though. Alchemist being the final ban out for GZ, targeting SFB's hard carry. I think Alchemist would have been decent for them to pick up as well, given their current line. Oh, well, there you go. Gyrocopter's going to be the hard carry.
Yep, Gyrocopter would be your hard carry. You called that GZ picking up the Gyrocopter. That actually would be a nice one to pick up because, you know, it doesn't necessarily counter anything, but it does a good job.
I'm pretty sure SFB did the exact same thing in the last game I casted. Bat Rider, I think, was a different hero, but yeah, Naga Siren with that Lifestealer. Their Lifestealer got completely out of control. It was, I believe it was Ryan K on the SFB side, got so much free farm with Lifestealer. It was outrageous. Gyrocopter didn't stand a chance. But either way, Lifestealer versus Gyrocopter, I feel like Lifestealer works a lot better in the team comp that SFB have right now than Gyrocopter in the team comp that GZ have right now.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, because, I mean, that Bat Rider jumps in and pulls somebody out, and then that Lifestealer just beats him down, like, insanely quick, so... I mean, they do pick up Bane to try to offset the Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer, even with his, like, little nerfs that he's gotten, he's still, like, a huge, insane hero to go against.
Bane instantly responded to by the Jakiro, and then we have a Darkseer ban out. Both teams, I believe, do need a hard lane hero. So I think it's going to be Clockwork being snatched up by GZ, and then Bounty Hunter? Would probably be
yeah, Bounty Hunter, or... You know, I would even love... I'd like to see, like, a Troll Warlord. I mean, he's such a good hero that can be picked up and just basically... I mean, I don't know, in my opinion, he's kind of broken. His ult is just insane.
For Troll for SFB?
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty good. Throw
yeah,
the Bat
or
Rider into
even-
that off lane.
Yeah, or even like an Elder Titan might be okay.
That's banned.
He can stand his own. Oh wait, yep, no, you're right. He was banned first.
10 seconds.
Elder Titan is too good.
Yeah, he is.
Not going to see the light of day.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
The
but-
Bounty Hunter does look good. Pick
Oh,
Razor.
Radiant team.
this is going to... Is GZ going to go with an aggressive tri-lane? With a Bane Gyrocopter, that in itself is dangerous. Nightmare into a Rocket Barrage is pretty much assured to get you a kill against anyone but the Lifestealer, especially when you add a Rubik to that, but I don't know. Razor and Puck typically do solo lanes.
I mean, your Puck could be your offlaner. He could be okay. I mean, if you got somebody that plays the Puck really well, he could survive just fine on an offlane, and they could put the Razor mid, but I don't know.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, if it is an aggressive tri-lane, it's going to be Gyro, Bane, Rubik versus Lifestealer, Jakiro, Siren.
Time.
And SFB's, they ran the exact same lane in their last game, Lifestealer, Jakiro, Siren. They did some pretty good work. Who do you favor in that tri-v-tri situation if it does come to GZ running an aggressive tri-lane?
I would almost say I'd favor SFB because they're able to throw out that Noggin net and then instantaneously throw down that ice path, which means that the other heroes can't get in close, and then they just destroy whoever they caught in that net.
Something that could also be a possibility, I guess, would be Razor in that tri-lane. I mean, stealing Lifestealer's damage, it will go through that rage. So both Bane and Razor will have spells that will eventually go through the Lifestealer's magic immunity and kind of shut him down through that. So that also is something to keep in mind, I guess.
Yeah, that could be a possibility too. And then run the Gyrocopter on the safe lane or the long lane or off by himself.
10 seconds remaining.
And Gyrocopter will be up against whichever hero SFB pick up last, most likely. The exciting reveal, and it's Windrunner.
And that's a good pickup. I like the Windrunner because she has that shackle, and so she could, you know, she can if she gets a good shackle off and a good power shot off, she could basically solo anybody that she wants to if she gets them down low enough. So it's a good pickup.
I think importantly, it's also the movement speed from Windrunner, because if she does end up going up against a Razor, if he does end up going against a Gyrocopter, they're not going to be able to keep up with her, and Windrunner will, of course, outrange the Gyrocopter. So either way, Razor or Gyrocopter, Windrunner is going to have a decent time. Unless she goes mid, which she's heading mid.
Yeah, definitely. That is weird that they're running the Batrider off lane. I would have thought that it would have been better having the Batrider go mid. But I don't know. The Windrunner can do an okay job mid. The Windrunner looks like going against the Puck. I still think the Batrider would have been a better choice.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. At least the Puck didn't buy a magic stick first, which would have been pretty much 200 wasted gold. But I'm going to go over who's playing on the SFB side first. On the bottom lane, we have Caillou playing the Naga Siren support. Ryan is going to be on the Lifestealer, hard carry. Pickles is on the Jakiro. Mid lane, it's going to be Mihai's Windrunner. And on top lane, it's going to be Pet Zergling, that's an amazing name, on the Batrider. Want to take the other team?
Yeah, sure. On GZ, we have Pillow. He will be playing the Gyrocopter. Looks like they're going to be a tri-lane bottom with the Bane being played by KBK, and I think it's Doogie G playing the Rubik. And then on the top lane, we have the Razor by AG. I'm just going to call him AG. And then mid lane, we have Dr. Chien.
I don't know. I've been pronouncing it like the French way, so like Chien. SH. I don't know.
We'll just say the Doc.
Yeah, that'll work.
The Doc on the chest, or on the punch, or the puck.
You can already see wards on the bottom lane, de-warded actually, by the Dire side. So pretty good foresight by them. They've already laid down an observer ward to block the pull camp as well. So all signals for a successful aggressive tri-lane are kind of being met, but I think at this point it's going to be all eyes towards the bottom lane. Mid lane, probably going to be very tame, especially having that Windrunner versus Puck matchup. Both heroes are very, very difficult to actually get a kill on, which may or may not make it more intense, but it should be relatively tame. And on the top lane as well, Razor versus the Batrider. I don't think there should be much of an exchange there, so if any action happens, it's probably going to go towards that bot lane, and it's most likely going to be opened up by an ensnare casted by the Naga Siren.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It kind of looks like the other two lanes will be very passive, unless somehow the Bat Rider is able to get a ton of sticky napalm out, but I still doubt he'd be able to take down the Razor. So it would definitely happen on the bottom lane, would be any engagements.
Oh, that is brutal. If you look at the bottom pull camp, Observer Ward from GZ, just out of range of the sentry placed by SFB. That is painful to see happen, and I hate dewarding this camp. It's just so horrible.
You know, it's one of the hardest things to deward, I'd have to say, because even in the pros, sometimes they don't get it right. Because I mean, there's so many places that you can put that ward to cause that to deward that bottom, or to cause it to not, spawn those camps. So
Mid lane, there was a little bit of an engagement. Looks like both heroes using their survivability. Actually, Windrunner opting not to go for Windrun. That's kind of bold. I guess she's planning on landing that power shot. If she does, it's going to be pretty hard for the puck to actually dodge out of that, just because you would have to phase shift the power shot, which is incredibly hard to do. But so far, it seems like it's pretty even in the damage trades, and well, he actually dodged the power shot. So well done by the puck.
yeah, no, the puck did a good job. The puck is actually pretty much keeping par with the Windrunner. That's kind of like even. So same with the top lane. The top lane is pretty much even. Anytime the Bat Rider gets too close, the Razor just takes all his damage.
Razor, though, I mean, Bat Rider's not really a hero that needs the damage. He has level 2 Firefly, and Razor, critically, I think, has yet to pick up any sort of magic wand, any sort of magic stick item. He had, just a little bit ago, 7 stacks of napalm on him. Oh, on the bottom lane, we have Pickles getting telekinesed up into the air. Where's the Nightmare? There it is. The Rocket Barrage is there. Pickles taking a huge amount of damage. Ice Path is going to be thrown. Will it be enough to save him? They just need a couple more right clicks. Pickles is going to go down to Pillow as the first blood. Ryan going to try chase down Dougie G as a retaliation kill. KBK trying to get in the way. He's not successful in doing so. Ryan K is going to try to get out of there. Another Rocket Barrage. Going to split damage, though, between Caillou as well as the Lifestealer. So in the end, it's a 1-for-1, but Pillow taking the first blood home. The hard carry for GZ, getting a whole lot of gold experience there.
Yeah, that was a good initiation by the gyrocopter being able to get in there and get his rocket barrage off and picking up that kill, but they overextended a little too much, and then that Lifestealer was able to just rage up and just nuke, or just basically.
Oh, I don't think they're done yet, because KBK just got netted up, and unfortunately the rage preventing the mana from Ryan to get in the open wounds. In the meantime, it's Bat Rider on the top lane. Razor with 9 magic stick charges, still going down.
I missed that. I was too busy watching the bottom lane engagement. Yeah, but it looks like he sticky napalmed him up enough, and even you're right. He doesn't need the damage in terms of being able to take him down. Just Firefly up there and lasso him and take him out.
I think at that point you just have to credit SFB for just having a really good read on where GZ's lanes were going to go. Like, we were kind of speculating all these possible lanes. But SFB, sending the Bat Rider up there, knowing that if Razor's up there, Razor's whole gimmick, his whole scheme is he's going to take your damage, and Bat Rider doesn't care if he's going to take your damage. And on the bottom lane, we have Pickles once again in trouble. Dr. Xian is coming in with a double damage rune. Pickles is going to get lifted up into the air. The right clicks are going to be enough. Rubik's going to secure that kill. It's another easy kill for GZ, but critically, I think the gyrocopter in the bottom lane for GZ, level 3, whereas Ryan is all the way up at level 5 as the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that was a good rotation by the puck, picking up that DD rune and then jumping down. They pretty much caught the Jakiro by himself. I mean, he did get a nice ice path and was able to pick up 3 people, but he just wasn't able to pick up the main one he needed to, and then the puck just destroyed him.
Yeah, so good early rotation from the puck. I don't think the Windrunner could effectively do the same. Windrunner, well, they both have bottles, they both have relatively similar amounts of experience, but just Puck, just as a hero, has inherently more gank-friendly kit. Like, especially now that he hit the level 6 mark. Dream Coil is up. As long as he doesn't whiff his Illusory Orb, he could put a lot of pressure onto this bottom lane. Or he could even go top, get a coil onto that Bat Rider, try to go for a kill that way.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. The Windrunner's not a very good ganking hero. She can set up kills on her own, just, being around, but her rotation just isn't that great.
At least until she gets a couple more levels. Like, when she gets a little bit more time to set up a real good lasso, not a real good lasso, a real good shackle shot on the bottom lane, that could be devastating, but I think it might even be overkill, because they have a lot of table in this bottom lane. A shackle shot, not really going to contribute a whole lot, where it's really the power shot that they need. And she's making no movement down there just yet.
Yeah, they definitely need like her burst damage to come out, and then maybe a shackle on the way out if somebody's being able to retreat.
Yeah, creep score 25 CS for the Lifestealer, only 15 on the Gyrocopter. So despite the fact that GZ have been getting a couple kills on this bottom lane, the Gyrocopter's still having a little bit of trouble farming versus this Lifestealer. And Lifestealer's almost going to have that level 6 mark, so that's going to be a entirely additional nuke adding towards the damage output of SFB, but they're going to have to worry about a puck rotating in with the Dream Coil. And it's going to catch two, Caillou as well as Pickles. Both going to drop very, very quickly. Pillow with the Rocket Barrage is going to secure them. Here comes Pet Zergling. He's going to open up with the Firefly onto WG, laying the fire down everywhere. Ryan K, though, trying to lifesteal his way out onto the Rubik. It's not going to happen. Pet Zergling now does still have the lasso. He's going to fly up towards the cliff, and he's going to get out of there just fine. Pickles, that was nowhere near anything with that Ice Path, but the Dual Breath is there. Everyone from GZ going to work their way out, and I think they all should be fine.
Yeah, they will all be fine. That was a great rotation by the puck, and then just to drop the Dream Coil on the two heroes.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they're not all fine. KBK with the Dual Breath might tick down. One more hit. It's going to be Magic Stick keeping him alive. That was close.
Yeah, he's able to limp away with about 50 life there, and then...
And Mihai, though, rotating in, finding the Gyrocopter, who, for some reason, didn't retreat. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, the Gyrocopter overstayed his welcome. The Windrunner's able to come in and just shackle him up and then power shot him down. But it was a great engagement to begin with the puck Dream Coil, catching off the two supports, and then it was just over from there for them. It was like 5 versus 1, and it was a little late rotation on the Bat Rider. Maybe if he would have got there sooner, they might have been able to save the Lifestealer, but...
Yeah, even though the Lifestealer is ahead of the Gyrocopter as far as levels, it's important to note that the Rubik as well... Oh, wait, they're not done yet. They're going to go for the Lifestealer, start stealing his damage. Caillou is here as well, but he can't really help Ryan. He's not enough disable in the bottom lane. But yeah, it's important to note that the supports from GZ are actually above the levels of the supports of the SFB squad, which is kind of surprising. They did have a lot of trouble clearing out the pole camp, so they couldn't actually rely on that. But you would expect the safe lane supports to have a little bit more than the aggressive lane supports.
Yeah, definitely. You would think so. But I think most of the reason why is they were able to get a couple of key kills right off the bat, which gave some decent levels to them, and that's why they're able to out-level the supports on their Radiant side.
Alright, KBK on the sidelines, but it's going to be another Ice Path catching out Pillow. He's going to get Nightmare, but I don't think that's going to help him that much. Invest damage onto everyone. Pillow's going to do as much damage as he can before he dies. No call down yet on that hero. Still an entire level up until he gets that. And now Bane might be in a little bit of trouble as well, because we have Mihai rotating in, looking for a shackle. And it's going to latch. What angle was that?
Yeah, that was a great shackle by the Windrunner, being able to just be up on the top and just totally... I don't know, the angle sometimes seems off, but she was able to side angle it enough and get that kill. That's the setup that they have. They have that Noggin net was able to just come in and net the Gyrocopter, and then they're just able to beat him down. And they were just their supports on the dire side were just too low, and were able to help him out.
See a little bit of rotation now. It's going to be Razor on the bottom lane with the Gyrocopter on top. Gyrocopter's going to get a couple of easy levels, crucially get that level 6 on once he secures that call down level. He will be able to fight back a little bit more effectively, but they're putting this Razor down the bottom lane, and I don't think Razor has any inherently... He's not inherently better against this lane than the Gyrocopter. I mean, he's a little bit tankier because he's a higher level, but if Open Wounds happens, if Ensnare happens, if Riptide happens, this is going to be a dead Razor just as much as it's going to be a dead Gyro on this bottom lane. It's dangerous putting anyone down here.
It really is. The Razor might be your best bet just because the Razor can leech all the damage from the Lifestealer, but I don't think it'd be enough, especially with the other two supports being able to lock down the Razor so much, and especially with the Nagasarian being able to do the Riptide and just destroying him.
Puck has secured 2150 gold, which is going to give him his Blink Dagger. He might have to go towards the bottom lane and reveal it pretty soon. We have Blank going to go for Ryan on the bottom lane, draining a lot of his damage. There's no follow-up, though. No disables. Blank AG all alone. And, well, middle lane being pushed out as well. Mihai with the double damage rune. Really putting the screws to that. Shen thinking of jumping in. Is he going to do it? He should. There you go, jumping in, 2 in silence, 2 in the coil. Pet Zergling gonna try to teleport out of there. There's the Brain Sap, gonna bring him down instantly. Power Shot's gonna fly through. Dr. Shen taking a good amount of damage, but the Nightmare is still on Mihai, waiting for the cooldowns, and he's gonna try to wind run away. Instantly lifted up. Here comes Caillou, not yet level 6 on that hero. Dr. Shen is gonna secure the kill and jaunt on out of there.
Yeah, that was a great use of the Blink Dagger. As soon as they had it, the Puck was able to get in there, get a two-person Dream Coil, and then it was just over from there with all the other burst damage, especially like the Brain Sap, and then the Telekinesis and the Rubik being able to lift up. So that was a good play by them.
Pretty much as good as you can ask for, using the first reveal of your Blink Dagger to get a double kill. Or, I don't know if he got a double kill. No, he didn't get a double kill, but getting 2 kills. It's hard to top that as a Puck.
Yeah, definitely. That was a really great call of getting that Blink Dagger and then just immediately going and using it.
If we look at the other mid lane hero, she has phase boots, and that's pretty much it. So Puck is actually doing a lot better. He's actually topping the charts over Mihai. Of course, a couple of deaths on the Windrunner, or 1 death rather, not really helping him. Getting a power shot onto the Puck, but it's still incredibly difficult to kill this hero. Batrider still quite a ways away from from a Blink Dagger of his own. And with a Batrider blink, you could get 1 kill, but it's definitely hard to get a double kill, such as the one that Puck just got with his opening Blink Dagger usage.
Yeah, definitely. And then just looking at the gold graph and the experience graph, the game's pretty even at the moment. There's not really there's not like a huge lead for either team. So I mean, they're both doing fairly okay. But I'd still say that, right now the GZ has the upper hand with the Puck able to get that Blink Dagger already. But I don't know, here you might have an engagement on the bottom.
Yep, bottom lane AG instantly going to take Infest damage of all things, but I don't think it's going to matter to them that much. There's the lasso. Where's the Ice Path? It's going to miss just barely, but it's not going to matter. Razor's going to go down.
Yeah, and we had basically all 5 of them rotate down there. It was a little bit weird play. The Batrider took a while to lasso the Razor, which I figured that would have been like the first thing to do, but they still was able to secure the kill. So.
And then he lassoed him right outside the Ice Path. Classic.
Yeah, completely pull him right out of the Ice Path.
Yeah. But bottom lane gonna get fortified. All 5 on the bottom lane. Can the Radiant make any trades? Top lane not taking that much damage, but there's not enough creeps, not enough pushing power on the Dire side to make a push like this. No liquid fire in the Jakiro. The damage from Lifestealer is decent enough, but that requires him to use Rage in order to really bring down the tower. Dr. Shen gotta blink out of there. He's gonna try to jaunt away. Blink is cancelled. He's gonna get killed by the Lifestealer. Now Pillow going into the Meat Grinder as well. He's gonna lay down the call down, but Ryan is so damn quick with that drum pops. Plasma Field's going to be thrown, but it's all for naught. And KBK and WG gonna find Pickles in the meantime. Double Ice Path though is gonna keep them away from that Jakiro.
Yeah, the Puck was too far and he got caught by the shackle. I mean, he did a good job of jointing that so he wouldn't get hit by it, but it didn't work out.
On the bottom lane, behind the tier 1 tower, Mihai trying to teleport out, got coiled, and now he's gonna die.
Yeah, that's a good. I'd say the Puck redeemed himself right there, jumping in there and able to get that Windrunner and securing the tier 1 bottom tower for them as well.
Completely blind. That's it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, so the Windrunner... go ahead.
It looks like the Batrider was able to take the tier 1 top, so I guess it's like an even trade.
Yeah, and it's going to matter a little bit more to the Batrider, because now he has that Blink Dagger up, so easy lassoing in. He hasn't really been walled off from lassoing people, though. I mean, he's been getting his lassos pretty efficiently, and there hasn't really been any opportunity where it's like, wow, if Batrider had a Blink Dagger, he would be able to get this hero and kill him. So, Pet Zergling just continuing to farm up, but he's going to keep that Blink Dagger hidden for as long as possible.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely do the same and try to keep it hidden as well, because they don't know that he's got it yet, and it's kind of an element of surprise. Kind of like how the Puck did it. The Puck was able to, as soon as he got it, was able to jump in there and get a double kill. And so, if he can keep it hidden as long as he can, that'd be great for them.
Looks like the Dire team looking to make a little bit of a pressure push towards the mid lane. They are missing the gyrocopters. That's a pretty big damage element in the call down. Not quite there. They're actually going to smoke up and maybe use the Razor as bait and try to get them to go on for him. There's an observer ward, but of course it's not going to help him versus smoke.
No, yeah, they're gonna try to use the Razor as bait and just kind of like try to loop behind, and they might actually. I don't think they'll catch him off. Looks
They're
like
gonna.
Jakir will be fine.
They see the Windrunner, but they don't know anyone who's behind the Windrunner. They have no vision of this area back here. I don't think they saw the Jakiro move in. They have observer ward over to the right over here, but that's not really gonna help them too much. So jumping in blind, always pretty risky. And Shen, you better blink. Is there a blink follow-up from the Batrider? Is he going to reveal the blink dagger right now? Ice Path going to whiff.
He actually used it. The Batrider blinked to try to go, and he blinked up, and the puck was able to actually blink down. So it was a nice job by the puck being able to get out of that.
I think critically now it's the Naga Siren that has her level 6. So GZ, if they clump up a little bit too much, it could end up biting them in the ass, although KBK going to get initiated upon. Ice Path is going to hit, and he's going to die in an instant. No brain sap time at all. Caillou does still have the song if they want to disengage, and looks like it's going to be a 4-man coil from Dr. Shen, but there's the instant song of the Siren. Everyone stop and just wait. Everyone chill. Naga Siren's going to walk right on out. Ice Path onto 4 with the power shot onto 3 as well. That's the disengaged power of Naga Siren right there. And wait, maybe not. Dr. Shen still going to town, and Fade Bolt onto the Batrider, sniping him off. Puck should be fine. He can just blink out of here right away, but the Razor is still here, getting caught by an Ice Path. Ryan's going to go to town on that Razor. He's going to drop, and now Rubik is on the run as well. This Lifestealer is very, very quick, although he had his own wounds open. Now invest from the Rubik. That should be interesting. Dr. Shen thinking of throwing an orb towards the Jakiro. He is not going to jaw into it. He's instead going to get initiated upon by this Lifestealer. Is there a Nightmare from the Bane? There is not, although he does have a Fiend's Grip. He doesn't have any support, though, so this Bane might just end up dying. Pillow hiding on the sidelines. Here comes Caillou, and Doug, what are you doing, Rubik? That's not where you want to go. The Riptide is going to kill him off. The missile is going to fly towards Caillou, and yeah, KBK now all alone, doesn't have anyone near him at all. Ryan going to restore his HP on this Bane, because why not? Razor's going to come in and force everyone back, but in the end, the score sits at 11-10. I think the Radiant got a little bit of a better end of that engagement, although it's not over yet. Blink Lasso into KBK, and he's going to get dragged up to the high ground where his corpse will never be returned.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the Radiant got a way better trade in that. They were able to pick off the Bane right off the bat, and then with that Naga Siren being able to just cancel the initiation on them, some of them stuck around a little too long, but then it was just like Madhouse, one pick off here, one pick off there. The puck did a good job and picked off one of the heroes on the backside, but then ended up losing his own life to the Lifestealer. And giving the Lifestealer too many kills is just not a good idea.
417. I think it's already considered too many kills. 417 on the Lifestealer. He is pretty stacked. He's overtaken Puck in the gold per minute chart. EXP per minute, he's sitting well on top of the entire game as well. So this Lifestealer is going to be a pretty big threat. GZ, they're pretty much going all in on this Razor static link, as well as the Fiend's Grip from Bane to shut him down.
Yeah, and I just don't think they're going to have it in the end, because, I mean, the Lifestealer already has 7k net worth. I mean, he's leading the net worth by over 1,400 gold, and that's, you know, once he gets ahead, it's never looking back, because he just does such a good job at maintaining that lead.
They're going to try to push him back out of this bottom lane, but Pillow might end up regretting that decision. Open wounds into right clicks, Armlet now up on him, and then Bess is going to do it. Hell, the Lifestealer could have gone for another hero, but Dr. Shen going to come in with the Dream Coil. I don't know if Ryan K actually cares about this. He's going to get lifted up into the air. He's going to die right here unless he has some godlike Armlet toggling, which he doesn't. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 in the end. The Lifestealer being a higher level and having a kill streak, going to give a little bit of an edge in that trade to GZ.
Yeah, I'd say GZ came out ahead because they were able to pick up the Lifestealer, but that just shows you the killing power of the Lifestealer. He went on 2 versus 1 and was almost able to kill both of them. The only reason he ended up dying is because the whole rest of the team had to come in and help.
This Lifestealer certainly is going to be a problem, and Lifestealer, he was all by himself. Like, if there was another hero there, if the Windrunner was there with the mech, the Lifestealer could have just kept on fighting. He did use his Infest there, so I guess he did use all of his assets, but Mech would have bought him enough time to consider using the Armlet toggle, consider using some more Majestic charges, and would have bought him a lot more time in general. Dr. Shen, in a little bit of trouble. He will blink out of there.
Yeah, if that Lifestealer would have had one more person there, he probably could have survived. Or even still, I mean, it was an okay trade because they were able to take the tier 1 in the mid. But, yeah, that Lifestealer, if they don't start dealing with him more, he's going to get to be a problem for this GZ team.
I think what they have to do is just start stacking these Ancients, which they have just started to do, the Puck, pulling out the first Ancient camp. Gyrocopter is one of, if not the best hero at clearing off those Ancients, so it definitely won't put him at the level of Lifestealer's farm or, you know, raw level, but if they do get a couple of stacks of those and actually clear them successfully without getting them stolen by the Lifestealer, I think that would probably be GZ's way out of this, aside from a huge crushing team fight where everything goes right for them, which you can't really consider as a viable way out.
No, definitely with the Naga sleep, because if, you know, stuff starts to go wrong for SFB, they're just going to Naga and kind of reset or just bail out, so they're going to need to either continue to stack these Ancients or maybe possibly get a few pickoffs here and there, because, you know, the teams are pretty spread out, but I just don't see anything being able to take care of this Lifestealer at the moment.
Well, Puck does have a Ghost Scepter, so he could start potentially baiting the Lifestealer into going for him if he, you know, forgets for whatever reason that the Puck does not have that. It's going to be up to a lot of kiting and really the placement of the Bane in those fights. If he gets caught out like he did in the mid fight, then that's it. The Lifestealer is just going to reign supreme. There is very little way to deal with him, because even if the Razor starts static linking him, the allies from SFB will ensure that the Lifestealer, well, Lifestealer first of all could just sit there and fight because he has so much damage, and his allies will of course focus down the Razor, who is going for Aghanim, so will be tanky, but the Feast will still cut through for the same amount of damage, even though he may not have any, you know, gray numbers of damage on his attack bar.
Yeah. And it looks like we just had a Force Staff picked up by the Bat Rider, so that's even, you know, even more initiation for the Bat Rider. The Bat Rider now can actually blink in and not be afraid to, you know, basically blink in and lasso to his death. He can now blink in and actually get out, and that's going to even be more of a power of initiation and be able to set up the Lifestealer to get even more kills as he's able to pull people back to the Lifestealer.
I think it's really the fact that GZ, their team fight is just not as good as SFB's, especially with that Naga Siren ultimate. So the longer they wait and the longer they're not ganking the enemy, the more powerful, the more safer SFB are going to feel, because later on everyone's going to be grouping up as 5, and then that's when the lasso is going to, from the Bat Rider, is going to become that much more powerful. That's when Jakiro's going to have a couple more levels, and most importantly, Lifestealer is going to be even more stacked. And well, it looks like the person who's going to find out about that first is going to be K. No? Okay, Pet Zergling, going the wrong way. It's not too late. Nah, it's the wrong way.
Well, they did lose their tier 1 on the bottom, but that was about to happen.
Oh, KBK did get lassoed in the end. He can get pulled all the way back to his tier 1. Ice Path going to prevent any sort of reinforcements to come in. And he does, in fact, drop in the end.
Yeah, see that? Blink Force Staff on a Bat Rider, that's why he's pretty much either picked or banned in every game, because he changes the team fight every time.
And Dougie G is going to feel the wrath of yet another Lifestealer assist. This is going to be a tier 2 as well, and I don't think Razor can outpush all 5 of the Radiant heroes.
No, he can't. Even with his call down, they might be able to delay a little bit of this tier 2 tower going down, but it's still going to go down.
Everyone's going to teleport to the top lane as well. Synchronized TPs, and tier 2 on the Radiant side takes a little bit of damage, but critically does not go down in any significant way at all. Ancients still are being stacked up, and they could get one more stack as well before they clear this out. This is going to get Gyrocopter a good amount of gold, but I don't know if it's going to be nearly enough.
No, I don't think it will be, and I'm pretty sure that SFB actually knows about this stack, because, I mean, the Bat Rider went right over it.
Oh,
so
yeah, definitely.
If they really want to contest it, they probably could. But we even have a double stack on the Radiance Agents, so...
Oh, yeah, they're starting to stack that up as well. Well, I mean, GZ already have the... They got the first stack, so they will have more opportunities to stack in general, so I guess it just comes down to who's going to be more diligent about clearing them, and looks like they're actually going to decide to clear them at the exact same time. Lifestealer are going to get a large chunk of gold from this.
And the gyrocopter is going to get a huge chunk of gold because he's got 2 more stacks. So that's a better trade for GZ, but I still don't think it's going to be enough because even the Windrunner now has a 4 staff, so she's going to be able to get in some amazing shackles if she can get the lines right now.
And she's already been getting some pretty good shackles, so adding a 4 staff to that equation, that is really rough for GZ, especially since only gyrocopter is, I guess the puck is semi-immune to it, but those shackles, if they catch anyone but the gyrocopter, it really, even if it catches anyone at all, it's going to be just so critical.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, if they, either the gyrocopter or the razor, because if they catch the razor and stop the razor from leeching any of the damage off the lifestealer, nobody else is going to stand a chance. So, I mean, looking at the gold graphs and the experience graphs, basically SFB is already almost up like 5,000 on both, so, and it's just been continually growing. It's not really going down.
Speaking of growing, Pet Zergling is going to make that curve go even higher up for them, maybe? No. Ward coverage from GZ ensuring that they get the majority of that ancient stack cleared, but still the ganking from SFB, along with their emergency get out of jail free card in Naga Siren's Song, is still up, and they're farming a lot faster than GZ. I mean, there's no Hand of Midas in the Lifestealer. They're just getting a lot more around the map than SFB are, because haven't been kills for a good bit, but still, the ancient stack notwithstanding, the golden experience is still heading up towards the Radiant side advantage.
Yeah, and we even see now that this Lifestealer, Ryan, he actually has a Skull Basher, so that's going to even be more locked down. I mean, he gets any bashes on any hero, and they're going to die regardless.
And Gyrocopter, on top of the BKB, is actually going to go for Lifesteal. I think they just need to hope to burst down people. I don't know if Lifesteal is the correct decision. You're not going to win a Slugfest against a Lifestealer, especially this Lifestealer. And if he's not doing the damage, then who is? The Razor? Maybe a little bit?
I mean, the Razor did get his Aghanim Scepter, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, yeah, he can now, maybe they can start split pushing, but I still don't see that they are able to split push. Not with the movability of what the SFB has. I mean, 3-4 staffs, a Blink Dagger. I mean, they can move around the map at ease.
Mid lane, we have a Song of the Siren to interrupt a Fiend's Grip. And, uh-oh, here comes the Lifestealer. This could be bad. Where's the Ice Path? It's going to catch WG as well as the puck, and wow, the Rubik absolutely blown up. There's a lasso onto Pillow, preventing him from doing any sort of damage whatsoever. Ryan K is getting all of his damage drained out, however, so that could be still good for GZ. Another Ice Path is going to lock down KBK. A Power Shot going to finish him off. The Razor, though, is doing some pretty heavy DPS. Pickle's going to drop down. Mihai going to get a Shackle onto Blink once again. However, he's going to end up trading his life for it. It's in the end a 3-for-2. Where's the Lifestealer? He's still in the mid lane. Does he want to go back in on this? That will take Balls of Steel. He does have Pet Zergling around him. He's going to go for Blank. Blank is going to drop very, very quickly. And now Dr. Shen is also not long for life. He will be able to blink out of here. Maybe he will jaunt down to the low ground, but infesting himself down to the low ground, Dr. Shen, he will have a blink, and will that be enough? 4 staff forward and a flame break. Pop goes the puck. 19-14 is the total score.
So initially I was going to say that GZ actually got a great engagement. It was able, and might have actually been able to win that, because I guess the Razor taking all of the Lifestealer's damage did do a good enough job, because he was not able to do anything, and they ended up picking off 3 of their heroes, but then as soon as that was gone, and the Lifestealer had all his damage back, he was just able to go back in and re-engage and basically just destroy the 2 of them. So yeah, they might be able to stop the Lifestealer for a bit, but in the end I still think he's too big for him to deal with.
At the very least, they need to get a Fiend's Grip, but that Fiend's Grip in the last fight was pretty much instantly cancelled by the Naga Siren. The Bane used Fiend's Grip on the Bat Rider to prevent him from, I guess, blinking away, but Dream Coil was there. I mean, to start off that fight, I mean, the Dream Coil was there, and the Bane Fiend's Grip on the Bat Rider isn't going to help you pretty much at all. Whereas the Naga Siren, I guess it did force out the Song of the Siren, which is not a good trade for the GZ side. They need to value Fiend's Grip about as highly as possible. Dr. Shen going to get a Lifestealer Infest, a Mock Infest bomb. Wow, I bet they didn't see that one coming. Caillou going to get lifted up into the air as well. He's going to drop, unless forced after the high ground. Nope, not going to do it. It's a double kill for Dougie G, and they might transition this into a tier 2 tower push.
Yeah, that's actually an awesome steal by the Rubik. Being able to steal Infest and then take, basically do that Infest damage to that Naga Siren. It looks like they're actually going to rotate it in and try to take Roshan here. And that actually is a good thing. That was another way that they possibly could get back into this game, is maybe get the Aegis on one of their main heroes.
I think everyone has learned something today, especially the Razor, that Roshan is not affected by Eye of the Storm. So, anyone at home, don't do this. Waste of an ultimate.
Yeah, no, the Scepter doesn't help him to be able to damage Roshan. It only helps it to be able to damage buildings. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work on Roshan, but it's always worth a try.
Yeah, I mean, 1 armor per tick. Or is it 1 armor still? Yeah, it's 1 armor per tick. That would demolish Roshan. I don't think it'll be too imbalanced either. I mean, you would have to use your ultimate. You would have to have Roshan be the only one you're fighting against, and it would take a long time. So, I don't know, compared to amplify damage and gush and all that stuff that does work on Roshan, it requires an Aghanim Scepter investment. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Pillow. Gonna get his teleportation interrupted. There goes his Aegis, and I think his second life is not too far away either. Ice Path, beat down. Rest in peace,
Shackle
Pillow.
shot, Ice Path, he was dead.
So that Roshan, yeah, big Aegis right there.
That was a waste of an Aegis. I kind of feel bad because that was something that might have got him back into some of these team fights, but now that they just basically lost it, and now you got something going on in mid.
Yep, mid lane we have the Razor running away from a Batrider Windrunner gank. In the end, they're not going to get him, but they'll settle for the tier 2 tower. They'll be okay with getting that one. And they can even keep going. It's 20 seconds before the gyrocopter's up. He does have buyback, but he's not going to want to use it here. He's probably not going to use it here. But he might actually have to, because Batrider still has his lasso. He's looking. He's going to find the Rubik, and he's going to get pulled into the death zone. You don't want to go to the death zone.
No, you don't. And this will definitely be the tier 3. They might not be able to take the racks because the gyrocopter's back up, but they're definitely going to lose their tier 3 on this.
Yep, there goes the tier 3. Nightmare onto the Lifestealer will get force staffed out, and they're going to pass the Nightmare further back. There's initiation from, wow, Ethereal Blade Puck. Surprise, Naga Siren, there's an Ethereal Blade on the Puck.
Wow, yeah, he must have just barely picked that up not too long ago, because that was... I didn't even see him pick that up, and that's actually a good pickup for the Puck. He's now able to at least do some damage to these supports and just blow them up.
I think not only that, but it'll also stop the Lifestealer from attacking anything. Turning him ethereal, even if it doesn't do any damage, you will have to time it through Rage. It'll kind of act as a pseudo-nuky Heaven's Halberd for the Puck. And he already had the Ghost Scepter, so it wasn't like too big of an investment. Aside from that, I mean, the agility definitely not going to help him too much, but shutting down the Lifestealer's attacking through that ethereal form, it's kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but it does get the job done.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Pet Zergling. Feeling the wrath of the Fiend's Grip as well. Wow, KBK. Dropping the Fiend's Grip on a Batrider.
Yeah, they smoked up around mid, and that's actually a good pickoff for them to be able to come around, and even though they dropped the Fiend's Grip, and I mean, that's the only big ulti that they dropped was the Fiend's Grip, but that's still a good one to pick off, because now they can feel a little bit safer to farm a little bit, because now there's not that gank initiation by the Batrider.
That is true. 45 seconds. They will be able to push the top lane. Try to get this tier 2 tower. Though Lifestealer is still up and about. 3,000 gold on him with the Assault Cuirass finished, and using that Fiend's Grip on the Batrider is all well and good, but that means that you don't have the Fiend's Grip to deal with this Lifestealer.
Yeah, definitely. That's true. But maybe they're hoping that the static link on the Razor will actually be able to do it. I don't know. We might see an engagement on bottom. I don't see that they could defend this without the Batrider. Maybe if the Song of the Siren goes off.
They're actually going to force them back just by pressuring their axes, and that's going to be pretty damn effective. Lifestealer is going to make short work of these racks, especially with Mihai helping out with the Focus Fire. Fortification will force everyone back, but tier 2 tower on the top lane does survive in the end. Oh, Dream Coil is going to latch onto the Windrunner. He's going to try to get out of there, but the Eye of the Storm will not let her escape. So they do secure 1 kill. They lose about half of their HP on the Raxes, which will slowly regenerate, but It's going to be a little bit easier for them to get in there next time, because they really, aside from that Windrunner death, invested nothing into doing that. It was just walking right up into the tower, right up into the racks and starting the beatdown.
Yeah, I'd have to say that was a good call on them to push the middle lane to try to take that Rax, because that basically saved them from having to lose their tier 2 bottom, or their tier 2 top, sorry. So yeah, that was a good idea to push. Yeah, they did lose the Windrunner, which is always a downside to lose something. But it was still a good investment because they were able to stop their push, and then they pushed their lane out pretty good.
Oh, they're not done hunting for kills. They're going to find the Naga Siren. Can they burst her down before she gets the song off? Does she even want to get the song off? Looks like she's going to forfeit her life, but they're not going for the Siren. Another Fiend's Grip onto the Siren. Wow. I don't know what Pillow and Razor were doing. They could have just walked over there and right-clicked the Siren down, but instead they were going for the tower.
Yeah, I don't think Fiend's Grip was a good idea using that there. I mean, I guess it does secure them the kill, and they did get the tier 2 tower, but they would have had that kill regardless, and probably the tower anyways.
Oh, here we go. Shackle shot into KBK. Who's going to get lassoed? It's going to be Pillow once again. He does drop the ultimate before he does go down, but Ryan is on the run. He's all his damage stolen out from him. Pillow still alive, going to get lassoed, going to get snared down to the floor. He's going to go out in a blaze of glory, but he will in fact go down, but they take out the Lifestealer in exchange. Buyback, though, from the Lifestealer. 2 down from GZ. They have to run. There's a Song of the Siren. One person gets out, Razor, by the skin of his teeth, but an Ice Path onto 2. Dr. Shen cannot escape out of this. Neither can KBK. They're both going to go down. It's 4 men dead in exchange for, I believe, 2 with buybacks? Just 1.
I only saw 1 buyback on the Lifestealer. I mean, that was a good being able to take out the Lifestealer, but in the end, I don't think it was worth it because they were able to get that. They were able to get a 2-man Ice Path into a 2-man Windrunner Shackle Shot, and then with the Lifestealer buying back, he's able to basically pick those 2 off and gain everything back. So, I mean, yeah, they picked up the Lifestealer, but in the end, I think they're going to end up losing their mid-racks and possibly defend it.
They have 10 seconds and no fortification. These racks are going down.
Yeah, they'll definitely lose 1.
They brought the racks down to half HP with only 2 heroes. With Liquid Fire on top of that, adding a little bit more damage to the towers. Well, they're going to fall back. No sense risking it, but the damage has been done. Certainly has been done.
Yeah, definitely. They took the melee racks, which is the important one, because that pushes the wave harder, and then they basically back off knowing that the rest of their team is going to come up. I mean, it's still 26 to 21. The gold graph is still going up for SFB. It's almost up to 8,000. It's had some dips here and there, but it's still basically continued to climb up, and the same with the experience. So unless GZ does something to change the tide very well, I still don't see them being able to come out ahead on this.
Divine Rapier, good or bad right now?
Oh, I have always mixed feelings about Divine Rapier. I would say if they are able to secure Roshan again, then Divine Rapier would be a good call, but the Gyrocopter's been being picked off even a lot. Even like lately, he blows his BKB and he still dies, and so I'd say it's a bad idea. I'd rather see him pick up like a Butterfly or an MKB or something that will actually help, because I don't know, I think that SFB would have the way to just destroy him regardless if he had a Rapier or not.
I completely agree with you, but at the same time, they're very far ahead, and they're not looking to reduce that gold or experience deficit anytime soon. Is it the point where you say, screw it, I'm going to take this huge risk and hope it pays off? They will have to deal with, I think at that point, the most dangerous thing being the Song of the Siren, but I think, are they far down enough to risk it? I think they are.
Yeah, I'm starting to think they are too, seeing how they've already lost one, well, I don't know. I'd say maybe 50-50. It's hard to tell.
Well, I just want to see a Divine Rapier because Divine Rapier, but he's at 4,000 gold, so it might be happening. It might just be happening. We'll see.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, well, he did just pick up the Demon Edge, so it definitely is a possibility, so.
Oh, wait, he got Demon Edge? Boring. He's not going to go for it, unless he's just mind-gaming me.
He's probably just going to go with the MKB, but, I mean, which is a good thing because the Lifestealer picked up an MKB, which I'm sure they don't know, so if he kind of did a good choice by getting just the damage.
Yeah, damage has been something that GZ have been so far lacking. Also, we can see on Razor, there is what looks like a Refresher Orb starting to be built, so We're going to be seeing an absolute light show from him if he can survive. He has 9 armor, which isn't bad, but still his health pool is going to be ground down really quickly with the feast from the Lifestealer. You really need armor if you're going to defend yourself substantially against that Lifestealer.
Yeah, definitely. Unless they're deciding that instead of trying to team fight him, maybe they just try to split push him. But I still don't see that really being effective because I think SFB can counter the split push just as well.
They're going to just gun straight for the top lane. And, well, everyone's got to teleport back. Dr. Shen going to get themselves back. And
if they don't teleport back, they're going to lose this, so they have to defend this.
They do have fortification, but split pushing I don't think at this point is viable.
Oh, and there we go.
Especially with the initiation. There's a 2-man coil, but it's already Pillow down for the count. Good thing he didn't have a rapier. Shackle Shot not going to latch onto anything. Razor going to sit in the middle of everything with the Eye of the Storm. Ice Path is going to hold out WG, and Ryan is going to get Fiend's Grip in the tower. This is absolutely perfect for GZ. This is the fight that they wanted, but here comes the Song of the Siren, trying to bail out this Lifestealer. Will he get out of here alive? Just barely he will. I hate that ultimate so much. Mihai, though, going to get himself caught with the Ethereal Blade. Missile's going to get set up. They're going to try to go for Pet Zergling. Going to try to teleport his way out of there. It will not happen. The missile is going to hit him, and he should die in the meantime. Blank going to try to go for Ryan. Does he have another stack link? Yes, he does. WG, though, not long for life. He's going to get ground down by the Lifestealer, and the Razor is going to follow suit as well. Fiend's Grip. And that was pretty much as great a fight as GZ could ask, but still, only managing to get 2, forcing themselves to buy back as well. It's not looking good for the Dire side.
Yeah, that definitely was the best fight that GZ could hope for. Unfortunately, Pillow had to buy back on the gyrocopter because he just got blown up right off the bat. That's definitely the initiation of the Batrider. But if they would have been able to pick up that Lifestealer, that would have been huge. But in the end, they weren't able to. The Song of the Siren, which I agree, I hate that spell. Throw the Song of the Siren, they all just reset and they all basically ran away. They still lost 2, but I don't know. GZ came out ahead in that sense, but I still feel that this Lifestealer is just going to overrun them.
They're going to try to go for Roshan. Double life on the gyrocopter. I mean, the gyrocopter did essentially have a double life in the last time. Of course, he had to pay for it. But having it for free on this Aegis, it might turn the fight a little bit towards them, especially if they get another decent fight. But Lifestealer with invisibility, I don't think there's anyone on GZ with detection. Yeah, they have to fall back.
Yeah, if the gyrocopter was able to pick up Aegis, looks like KVK's he's gonna get blown up right now.
It was nice knowing you. Well, Nightmare? No.
Yeah, he basically got 3 hits and he was dead. And with that happening, without the Fiend's Grip, I think they're gonna lose Roche right here. SFB can just take Roche right now without even much problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a double life for... Do you even give the double life to Lifestealer? He just sold an item, so he's going to take it. But there you go. Roshan going to be claimed by the Lifestealer, and now they could straight push the middle lane, take the range Raxes without any real effort, and then look to pressure some of the other lanes, possibly top.
Yeah. I don't know. The Lifestealer... I don't know if that's a good call to give the Lifestealer the Aegis. I mean, I guess he's their big one, and he is level 24. I mean, he's definitely huge, but I don't know. It might be okay to have it on, like, the Windrunner or something. I don't know. It's a hard call on that one.
I mean, he didn't have a... I would agree, but he just sold an item, so I guess he didn't have anything super important. It was a TP scroll or something, so... if he had another item, I would definitely say that it would be more worthwhile to put it on the Windrunners, because now she has Hex, she's guaranteed to get a mech off if she does die. But Lifestealer isn't 6-slotted just yet, so he still has a little bit more to grow.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised he doesn't... I mean, with him picking up that Aegis, I'm surprised he doesn't just pick up like an Abyssal Blade now, and just almost 6-slot himself, because... I don't know. He's getting to that point. He's got 22k gold net worth. I mean, he's 7,000 above than the Razor. So, I don't know. But we do have him infested into the Batrider, so we'll see if the Batrider's able to get an initiation in.
And even if they don't anytime soon, Liquid Fire and mid lane momentum, GZ, they're gonna have to make some sort of play.
Oh no, he blinked back out.
Scare tactics.
Scare tactic. He did go the high ground. That is something that's kind of interesting. And then Batrider does have a haste, so...
Just residual haste rune, but...
Let's
they're going to continue the pressure. Liquid Fire once again. Mid momentum's pushing in along with Naga Siren Illusions. There goes the Raxes on the middle lane.
Yeah, that's the one advantage of having like being able to have up a rack or have taken down a rack. So like the mid lane just pressures itself. So they just continue to siege the top. And at some point, somebody has to actually go rotate over to take out the creeps.
Here comes Pet Zergling once again. Who's he going to go for? No one. He gets silenced. He possibly BKB, though. He ends up getting Razor. Razor's going to get beat down. No Eye of the Storm, no Refresher, no buyback for him. He's down for the count. KBK going to get locked down as well. Cannot get the Fiend's Grip onto that Lifestealer. He already used it, actually. He got interrupted. Ryan is going to go straight for Pillow. He does have a missile flying towards him, but he's instead going to focus onto the tower. Dr. Shen going to try to go for Mihai. Ice Path going to miss just barely, but Dr. Shen taking a good amount of damage. Windrunner will die to the puck. WG as well as Dr. Shen going to clean up the rest of the supports in the back end, but it's going to be Lifestealer still being the big problem in the base, going for the Raxes while his teammates are fighting. Pet Zergling going to try to go for KBK. Ryan's going to turn around, realize that there are two heroes behind him, and instantly kill them. And now KBK is still on the run from Pet Zergling. Doesn't have much damage thanks to the Enfeeble, and the Bane is going to slip out of there alive, barely. But they completely ignored Lifestealer, and they ended up losing Raxes for it.
And the Batrider's going to end up dying here.
Or is he?
Maybe he might get away.
Here comes Lifestealer.
Oh, yep.
Blink out from the puck, and Batrider lives.
Yep.
And Puck might not. Bash?
Should be fine.
No Bash.
We'll be able to blink away as well.
If you had an
In
Abyssal
the
Blade.
end, that was a 3-for-3 trade, but I'd have to say that favors SFB because they took that top Rex. The Lifestealer just basically was like, well, you guys can just team fight, and I'm just going to take your Rex. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of the game, right? Kill the buildings, take the Ancients, doesn't matter how much you're ahead or behind, as long as you do that. He has 3,300 gold, he does still have the Aegis, and having no Razor in that fight from GZ, no BKB available, he got instantly locked down thanks to the lasso, bashes, and then an Ice Path. Not a great fight for GZ, but I don't think they're going to get many more chances.
No, I think... And the Catapult was able to finish taking out the racks. So, I mean, they're down 2 sets of racks. They're down 10k gold. No, 15k gold and 10k experience. I don't see GZ being able to come back from this. I mean, maybe if they get one good team fight, they might have one good team fight left in them. But I think if they lose anything else, this is going to be GG, because 2 lanes of racks, it's just going to be a slow siege on the top now by SFB, and I think they're going to be able to just win this.
And they're going to take several good team fights just because they take one and they get a 5-man wipe with the Aegis. They might take one set of racks before the enemies respawn, and assuming there's no buyback, so it's a long shot. It certainly is. Uh-oh. Oh, that is a tight clump of heroes.
That is definitely...
Macropyre. No Ice Path. It was already used, but however, Blank, once again, unable to get anything out. Already 2 down, and Song of the Siren stolen by the Rubik, but a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And they're going to catch KBK. Open Wound's going to pop the Ghost Scepter. It's not going to help him against the Infest damage. WG on the run. He has a very angry zombie behind him. Abyssal Blade will happen. And then 2 hits. That's scary.
Yeah, and that's GG. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
The Lifestealer just got...
Not even the Fountain can kill the Lifestealer.
He just got out of control, and he had the Aegis, so yeah, overall, it was a good try by GZ, but in the end, SFB just got too far ahead.
Well, that's going to end the Balt Cup 2 deathmatch, guys. SFB going to be your winners, taking home, I believe, 20 keys, so GG to them. Also, good effort to GZ getting all the way up to the Grand Finals. Alongside me, the co-caster is Kasket Dota. Do you have any plugs you want to plug?
No, I mean, if you guys want to watch me on Twitch, it's Kasket Dota on Twitch. But no, it's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Alright, so that's going to be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. GG.